Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another Hammer Productions night. Tonight, I will be reviewing Prehistoric Women, released in 1967. Prehistoric Women stars Martine Beswick, Michael Latimer, Edina Ronay, Carol White, Stephen Berkoff, Sidney Bromley, Robert Raglan, and Mary Hignett. Prehistoric Women was directed by Michael Carrerras. Now this one was written by Henry Younger. I went into this one thinking that it was going to be very similar to 1 million years BC. And it ended up being more along the lines of She, in a way. Except for the fact that Martine Beswick's Queen Carrie is much more vindictive and pretty much evil, as opposed to Ursula Andress's character, which, you know, I thought she was bad, but yeah, Martine Beswick's character is much more vindictive and dark, but seductive and beautiful at the same time. Very similar to Ursula Andress's character. Difference with those two films, though, is Michael Latimer's character of David Marchant. He is in the regular world at the time, in the 60s, as this great white hunter on this hunting expedition. Looks like it's in Africa or something. And he gets captured by these natives, and they're about to kill him until he touches this sacred rhinoceros idol. And it causes everything to freeze and this portal-like thing to open up for him to pass through, which brings him into this more prehistoric time period. Now, when I say prehistoric, you would think that all the women that he meets, and even men, there are some men in this alternate world here that he's in, you would think that they would be speaking, you know, just gibberish, the way that 1 million years BC was, but it doesn't. They all speak a perfect English in the story, which was kind of nice. I like that, because it just annoyed me to have these really good classically trained actors just spouting gibberish and everything when they're speaking, and not being able to use their full talents as actors, playing these cavemen and cavewomen. So that was nice. That's why I say it's a little bit more like She, because She, everyone spoke English in that too, even though there were more primitive characters. Edina Ronay plays Syria, and David comes across her earlier as she is trying to escape, as Martine Beswick's queen controls all the brunette women in this world, and they have enslaved all of the blonde women in this world. And you would think with the title Prehistoric Women, you would have some, you know, like 1 million years BC, where you would get some dinosaurs in this thing. You would get some, you know, stuff like that. But Hammer decided to do this one a bit more cheap. They use all of the same sets pretty much from 1 million years BC, and some of the same costumes from that film as a way of, saving money to where they didn't have to spend a lot of money on the film. And I guess they weren't willing to spend any money to make any dinosaurs or pay Ray Harryhausen to do special effects for this one the way they were for 1 million years BC. It's not really a bad script, and I do kind of like the fact that David Merchant, when he comes in here, Martine Beswick's queen tries to seduce him.
You refuse me?
What else can you expect? Your heartless cruelty is sickening.
And he is disgusted with her. He doesn't want anything to do with her. So this is what I wanted from She. I ended up getting in this instead. So I really liked the way they did the David character. Michael Latimer, I haven't seen him in a lot of stuff, but he was very good in this, playing his character. And you also get a very early appearance from Stephen Berkoff, playing a character named John. Now, he is only in the end of the film. He just pops up there at the end. And to be honest, when I was watching the film, he was so young then, I didn't recognize him. I'm used to seeing him, the older man, like he was when he played in Beverly Hills Cop as the main villain, Victor Maitland. So seeing him in this role where he's, a lot younger, he's just completely unrecognizable in this film, but, he was good while he was on screen. Robert Raglan is another one that's only in a few appearances outside of the prehistoric world, playing the character of Colonel Hammond. And his wife is played by Mary Hignett. She only appears at the end, kind of like Stephen Berkoff does. But most of the girls playing the characters in this are they're fine. They're serviceable in their roles. One thing that kind of weirded me out was that aside from Martine Beswick's queen character, the brunettes that are dominating, other than her, none of the other brunettes serving under her and being her little, main guard helping her, that they don't get any kind of character development or any lines or anything like that. It's only the blondes that have been enslaved that you get any dialogue with. And they are basically led by Edina Ronay. But it's a fair movie. The script by Henry Younger is it's okay, but you can just tell that Hammer went a little cheap on this one by just reusing the sets from 1 million years BC. But Michael Carrerras tries to direct a really good film, and I think he succeeds in some ways. It's not a bad film, even though Hammer decided to go a little cheaper on this one. Michael does what he can directing this one. So, my final review of Prehistoric Women from 1967, I am going to give this film a 7.6 out of 10. It's nowhere near as good as 1 million years BC, even though I like the fact that the characters are speaking in English, and I like that it was kind of like She, but a much smarter leading man. That was one of the things that irked me about She. But if you have not seen Prehistoric Women, I would suggest searching it out and checking it out for yourself and seeing if you like it. But have you seen it? And do you agree with my review, or do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. Well, that's it for another Hammer Productions night. If you missed last week's Hammer Productions night, check out the link up here to get caught up on that one. Or if you missed any of the other Hammer Productions night, be sure and check out the playlist right here to get caught up on any of them that you have missed.